Now, 2022 has been a decent year for smartphones. We had Samsung S22 series with the best camera, to Google finally launching a Pixel flagship in India, 5G launch finally. Crazy, revolutionary year, right? iPhone removing notch from their phones. But there were a few gimmicks which companies advertised, sold phones and even got away with it. So this video is very important because 7 of these gimmicks you will see in 2023 and you as an audience should really know about it. Now number 7 this year has to be introductory offers. Like previously in 2020, 2021 there were only a few companies doing it, but now in 2022 every single company sold smartphones by calling introductory offer. And this is the most interesting part. See, this is the Pixel 6a. It launched for 44,000 INR and initially you had early introductory Axis Bank 4,000 instant cashback option, which then brings down the price to 40,000. But then came Big Billion Day sale and the Pixel 6a sold for 34,000, excluding bank offers, cashback, everything. But that's fine. It's a sale. It's a one-off thing. It always sold and in fact even now it is selling for 29,999 INR. All the introductory offer, all the hype for selling this phone at cheaper price doesn't matter. And it's not just this phone. Another example, Nothing Phone 1. The phone launched for 32,999 and you could pre-order the phone and pay 2,000 rupees for early access. And then you also had the entire Nothing Phone 1 invite code. People share it on the internet. Everything. No use. Everyone could just buy it. You didn't need any pre-order or invite code. But the price of Nothing Phone 1 was hiked 1,000 rupees in August due to dollar getting expensive and all of that. And right now on Flipkart, it's available for 27,499. And the dollar is still more expensive compared to August. Every smartphone company has done this. Introductory pricing, introductory bank offers. It's just different name. Oh, it's a limited deal. Oh, this phone will sell out quickly. Now the point is, this is just done to create scarcity in your mind. But the truth is, you will always find good phones and good discount deals. Don't buy it for the introductory offer. Number 6 is very interesting, updates. Now Samsung was the first company to come up with 3 years of Android updates and 4 years of security update promise for their smartphone lineup. And the trend quite catched on. Like in this recent quarter, Samsung was the only smartphone company out of the 5 companies to show growth. So other companies started applying the same strategy. Now every smartphone company promises you software updates during their phone launches. Like smartphone A will have 3 years of Android updates. You're good to use this phone until 2025. Now when the time to give update comes, no announcement. And even brands like Xiaomi, Motorola haven't announced their Android 13 update list. Some companies say you will get Android 13 by mid of 2023. By that time, you will have Android 14. And the most interesting part, if you buy a flagship smartphone which says 4 years of updates and you buy a budget phone that also has 4 years of updates, and you might think, it's the same. Well, this flagship phone will receive security updates every month. If there's a security flaw, this will get updated instantly the next month. While your budget phone will receive one security update in 6 months and no brand will mention that. But what we'll mention is, we love doing these videos because as a creator, you look back at your year of work and tell people the right and the wrong. So about 8,000 likes. Number 3 is very popular. Extended RAM or RAM Plus or RAM Boost. It has different names but does one job, marketing. Now brands conveniently write it on the banners like 4GB RAM extra, 8GB RAM extra. But what happens is, the phone uses your internal storage as extra RAM. Now that's like saying, hey, this phone has Wi-Fi and you know what? It also has a feature where you can wirelessly use the internet. Android already uses internal storage as additional RAM. Okay, for the next gimmick, see here. Which phone is the brightest? Can you figure out? Phone A or phone B? And let me ask Team TW members as well.
Which one do you think is brighter, phone A, phone B?
Phone B looks bright.
I think phone B is brighter.
Phone B is brighter.
So now phone A is Nothing Phone 1, which has a peak brightness of 1200 nits, while phone B is A73, which has 800 nits brightness. Well, see, brightness is of 3 types. Normal manual brightness, which if you do like this, you can increase the slider and increase brightness. Then comes typical brightness, where if you take the phone in sunlight or outdoor condition, brightness automatically goes up. But then comes peak brightness, which is only achieved while shooting or watching HDR videos. And here's the interesting part. If this paper is a display of a phone, if this single dot hits 1200 nits, we can say this entire display is 1200 nits peak brightness. This brightness nits is so misleading. Always look for typical or outdoor brightness. Next up is 8K video recording. Now every flagship company, when they launch their phone, will have a big banner called 8K video recording. Now 8K video recording doesn't support HDR, neither does it support stabilization. And mostly if you record just for 20 seconds 8K footage, it will go like 1 GB. Now I won't go on and say it's a complete waste. The chips are not capable of good 8K video recording as of off now. Now, the number 2 gimmick is something I feel sad talking about it, and that's Indian smartphone companies. Like, as an Indian, we want Indian smartphone companies to do well. But time and time again, it has been over promises. Like, number 1, Lava launched Lava Blaze Pro. The headline was 6x camera zoom, and you would think it's a dedicated camera, but it's just digital zoom, which is basically me taking this photo and then zooming in and 6x zoom. But it's a small thing. However, there was an ad with Karthik Aaryan where he literally zooms in the scene and takes a photo of the bird, and you would think, wow, this is how the phone would take a photo. But this bird was just an Adobe stock image. The marketing was not only bad, but even violated India's deceptive marketing ASCII guidelines. We also have Micromax. Like the first Micromax phone, Micromax In Note 1, it hasn't received the Android 11 update. They launched some good phones like Micromax In 2C, Micromax In Note 2. But what Micromax lacked is the commitment to the Indian market. They just appear with one launch in a year and then they are missing for the entire year. The community forums have no reply, the YouTube channel has no update. So even we don't have the confidence to recommend Micromax phones. But I would love if Indian smartphone companies make a comeback. We need good phones in the budget range, especially under 15,000. Now this is the final gimmick, expensive phones. Like 2 years ago, there was a time when you could buy a good, decent smartphone under 15,000. But in 2022, you would at least have to spend 20 to 25,000 to buy a decent 5G phone to last the next 2 to 3 years. The average smartphone buying price in November 2020 was 11,500. The average smartphone buying price right now is 19,300. That's a whole difference of almost 70%. And now you would be like, Pratik, it's a global pandemic, chip shortage. Well, definitely, those are the reasons. But the main reason is there are no good phones to buy under 15,000. Like 1 out of every 3 smartphones sold in India is a 5G phone. Tell me a good 5G phone under 15,000 or even 20,000? Very few. And this is collectively done by every smartphone brand to increase the price and then offer bank discounts, EMI options to enable people to buy an expensive smartphone. Now, every industry has their own marketing gimmicks, and as the industry matures, these marketing gimmicks reduces. I've carefully omitted marketing gimmicks like 144Hz display, triple camera setup, because I personally feel we have covered them in previous year's video and they are a bit old. So the question is, how do you save yourself from these gimmicks? We as a consumer can be more aware and avoid buying stuff based on marketing gimmicks, and also tell your friends about it so they become more aware. On that note, this is Pratik signing off. See you in the next video. Pew, pew.